It writes expensive date suggestions. He says, "What do you think about women suggesting unprompted expensive date options?" I wouldn't do it. It's like, well, is she just interested in you spending a bunch of money on her compared to just being with you and your, presence and having fun together? It's like ultimately the focus should be just the two of you getting together, building that rapport and having a fun time. And it shouldn't be about, oh, who spends the most money on me? That's who I choose, from her perspective. You don't really want to choose a woman like that, honestly. It's like that'll probably just cause you more problems, than anything. Because it's like, well, think about it. If you choose a woman like that, it's like there's always going to be somebody richer or has more money or spends more money on her. If that's kind of how she's deciding, assuming this is what she's meaning, assuming that, she is, kind of as, I guess you could call her like a gold digger kind of thing. Or at least that archetype, maybe just kind of the archetype of people, not necessarily the specific situation. But just be careful on getting involved with women like this. I'm talking about the first date specifically when we don't know each other at all. I'd take the lead myself, and so I'd say, yeah, well, that'd be fun, but it wouldn't. But I'd really prefer this, and that's really all you have to do. That simple, and that simple, just taking the lead in that kind of setup, that'll probably be better. And I wouldn't suggest doing these huge extravagant things on the first date. These suggestions, it's like, well, why are you asking her, or why is she giving you suggestions in the first place? It's like, well, you've got to clean up your game, and as far as taking the lead, being more masculine in this situation that you're in. So it's like you have to already have a plan, and she can join you on the plan. And so it's like you can do this in very few steps. So it's like once you build that connection, you find out that she's attracted to you and you're attracted to her, and you want to take it further. It's like now you have a plan that you set that's like, hey, why don't we go to dinner? I'd love to take you out. What days are you free? She gives you a day. Now you already have a location, and then you set a date, and then you lock it in. Great, I'll see you there. You know. So that could be an error, I guess, in your leadership, your pattern of behavior that doesn't make you in your more masculine role more of this like passive, oh, what do you want to do kind of thing. It's like you don't really want to ask women what they want to do. It's like she oftentimes wants you to figure out or already have some kind of set plan that she can just join you on and show up and have a fun time. She says, I don't mind paying for this when I know whom I'm dealing with, but for the first meeting, I prefer something less committal. Yeah, so say, that'd be a lot of fun. But right now, I just prefer going to this other place. Just like that, dude. It's like, don't overcomplicate it. It's just like really that. It's like if you feel this way, you're feeling like, oh, I'd rather go to this place. And so you say, I'd rather go to this place. It's like, but the problem is that a lot of people can't do that. They're like, oh, well, if I change the plans, then I'm going to lose her or I'm going to lose my shot. And so they agree to something that they don't want to do. This is also the counter suggestion in itself is a bit of a turnoff when I suggest a very nice wine bar. Oh, okay, so this is what he did. So he suggested a wine bar, and she does a counter. It's like, well, that'd be really fun, but I'd really just like to do the wine bar. And so what she could be also doing is she's seeing what she can get away with, seeing how you'll respond to her countering her offer, seeing if you will stay strong. Oftentimes women do this. They say, oh, well, maybe we can do it. Maybe they text you last minute or call you last minute, usually text actually, but they'll try to change the plans. They'll say like, oh, can we do it an hour later after you've committed, after you've like locked in a definite time? And you can't agree to that because it's like once you agree to that, almost 100% of the time when you say, yeah, we can do it an hour later, if there's no like real reason, if there's not like a legit thing that came up and she just wants it just because, what you'll find is that you agree, and then about a half hour later, she's like, you know what? I just can't make it. But what you did is you caved on your plans. And so just it could be a situation like this where you suggest a wine bar and then she basically tests you, see if you'll change the plans. And that may be the situation you're in right now. But in that situation, to pass that test, if it is a test, which I would assume that it is, and if it's not, it's like, so what? It's like, you don't really, it's like, well, you want to do this. And so it's like, yeah, do it. But in that situation, you just hold strong to your plans and she can join you. She's in or she's out on your plans because you know your plans are awesome and you know that you bring a lot of value to the dating relationship. So fundamentals, comebacks free. The other products you can get in the description below. Subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in the next one.